important because this lesson is going to be about all the tiny details of grammar that makes up a whole lot of grammar mistakes that cost you marks when it comes to your writing. Now remember, in the last few lessons we worked on sentence types. We worked on simple sentences, compound and complex sentences, and I think understanding them to an extent taught you guys how sentence structures work. But Abhi B, when we went through particularly the narrative feedback, is there any class tomorrow? Aisha will discuss this at the end, beta, okay? So I'll get to this in a bit, okay? Acha. A few things to start our lesson off with. This is going to be about all the small details, all the small grammar tips, all the grammar ideas and topics that you need to hold on close to so that you don't end up making those mistakes that becomes a volcano at the end. As we all understand this, when it comes to a 25 marker narrative or descriptive writing essay, or when it comes to our directed writing for that matter as well, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा क्या हमने देखना होता है? It's a writing part of the paper, right? So 10 marks are generally for content and the rest of the 15 are for what, guys? What are the rest of the 15 marks dedicated to? Can anyone tell me? Either one of you? Language, that's right. It's basically your language, your grammar, vocabulary, spellings, right? So what are these mistakes that actually add up and you end up losing a lot of marks? वो छोटी-छोटी mistakes होती हैं. So this particular worksheet, this particular handout is going to discuss all of that in detail and more. We are going to be starting off with the big 3 sentence problem structure. All right. In this case, we have small activities, mini activities to go as well. We always do that when it comes to our worksheets. But ho sakta hai in class right now, we might not get enough time to work on each and every mini activity. Boys, I want all of you to be focused as well. Hasnain, Muhammad, okay? Muhammad, you missed out on the last 2 lessons. I'll fill you up on those, okay? Hasnain, are we there? Are you doing good? Vanya? Okay, chalo, that's good to know then. Acha, first and foremost, we come across the big 3 sentence problems. The kind of problems that gives us a hard time when it comes to making good sentences. इसमें सबसे पहले आता है sentence fragments. Now, what exactly are fragments? So, fragments literally translate to pieces, right? Tukde. In this case, when it says sentence fragments, it does not take a genius to figure out that we're talking about sentence pieces. Pieces that does not make any sense altogether, right? When we were young, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, we were taught that, acha, sentence kaise banta hai? It needs to have a subject, it needs to have a predicate. Which simply means it needs to have a complete thought, it needs to have a verb, right? Agar sentence mein subject nahi hai, वर्ब नहीं है, वो कंप्लीट थॉट नहीं हमें बता रहा, हु और व्हाट हमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा, तो वो सेंटेंस नहीं है. ऐसा ही है ना? उसको हम कहते हैं फ्रैगमेंट, पीस, which means कि something needs to be added with it for it to make sense. इसको हम dependent clause भी कह सकते हैं. So remember when we went through complex sentences and we learned about independent and dependent clauses together? कि एक इंडिपेंडेंट होता है, एक डिपेंडेंट होता है, ज्वाइन करके कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस बनता है. वी रिमेंबर दैट, राइट गाइस? आई वुड नीड थम्स अप और थम्स डाउन इफ यू डोंट. या ओके, गुड टू गो. सो फ्रैगमेंट भी वो एक टुकड़ा होता है that obviously needs to be joined together with something for it to make sense. So for example, incorrect, because the storm was getting worse. Ab it does not make any sense because number 1, my sentence is starting with a conjunction. Do we see this? Everyone, do we notice this? हमारे sentence के start पे एक conjunction है. This is a subordinating conjunction. Do we remember this? ये एक subordinating conjunction है. Isn't that the case? Right? So a subordinating conjunction means कि if our sentence is starting with that, ये dependent clause है, right? According to grammar rules, this is a dependent clause, right? So dependent को independent के साथ जोड़ना बहुत जरूरी है for it to make sense. Isn't that the case, बच्चों? Which automatically tells us that this sentence is incomplete. This is a fragment. इसको हम साथ जोड़ देंगे for it to make sense. So for example, because the storm was getting worse, we stayed inside. So I decided to join it with an independent clause for it to make sense. Do we like understand so far? Yeah? अब मैं ये भी कर सकती थी, we stayed inside because of the storm or because the storm got worse. So either ways, that's fine. ठीक है, बट इसके लिए हमें ऑब्वियसली कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंसेस समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है. सो जिस बच्चे को अभी भी प्रॉब्लम है, यू गाइज कैन ऑलवेज गेट बैक टू मी ऑन इट एंड वी कैन ऑलवेज हैव अ रिविजन क्लास ऑन इट. ओके, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, आई हैव ऑलवेज गॉट योर बैक इन दिस केस. एनीवे, डू वी फॉलो सो फार? अंडरस्टूड कि एक फ्रैगमेंट कैसा दिखता है एंड हाउ डू वी करेक्ट इट टू मेक अ कंप्लीट थॉट? इजी पीजी. चलो, let's take a look at the second example. The boy with the torn school bag. Now this sounds very dramatic, right? And this could easily be, perhaps it could easily be a simple sentence of sorts as well. But this begs the question, the boy with the torn school bag, what? Right? It sounds like an incomplete thought. So what comes to my mind? The what comes to my mind. Isn't that the case? So if either of these two W's are unanswered, who or what? You guys need to understand that it is a fragment. It needs our help. We need to join more information with it for it to make sense. Does that make sense, guys? Do you follow? Yeah? Okay, good to go. So, I hope everyone is following. किसी को कुछ समझ में ना आए तो please ask बच्चों. All right, moving on. How did we correct it? The boy with the torn school bag ran towards the bus. Easy peasy. We have now joined it together with a proper verb, with an action word, and now it makes absolute sense. We do not have the who or the what in mind. That is unanswered. Isn't that the case? So this is the first way to fix a weak sentence, particularly when we write fragments. And all of you, at some point or the other, you end up making fragment sentences in your writing without realizing कि ये fragment है. Do you understand, guys? Easy peasy? किसी किस्म का कोई question that you might want to ask at this point? No? All right. Let's move on to the second bit. Okay, so this is an activity which is something we'll tackle later, probably as homework. Yes, probably as homework. We won't get time in class. All right. Then we have run-on sentences. अच्छा, अब run-on fragment is in what? Incomplete. Yes, it's an incomplete sentence. That's right. That is absolutely right. I think you joined a little late, Muqaddas, है ना? Yes, मेरा बेटा. Fragment is an incomplete sentence that cannot stand on its own. It's simply a piece or part of a sentence. All right? अच्छा, अब आ जाते हैं run-on. Run on, as the word run on suggests, वाकई में ये वो sentence है जो भागी जाता है, भागी जाता है, भागी जाता है without any sort of break in between. मुझे, I don't know about you guys, but I have come across a lot of such writings जहाँ पे I have come across students writing in a manner कि एक sentence पूरा paragraph होता है. There's no full stops in between और 5, 6, 7 लाइनों के बाद जाके एक full stop आता है. Have you guys ever written such a sentence? And your teacher might have flagged you on it. कि बेटा इतना लंबा sentence क्यों लिखा है? Some of us, probably all of us, at some point, right? Okay, Zuna says no, Aisha says no. But there are students out there who fail to understand that the longer the sentence is, the more difficult it becomes to control it. That's right. Control. Control and precision are very important when it comes to writing. हमारी writing controlled, organized लगनी चाहिए. और वो organization कैसे आती है? With punctuation or with conjunctions. Does that make sense? So either punctuation or conjunctions. ये दो चीजें हैं जिससे writing में finesse आता है. It seems like you are writing as a proficient O-level English language student and not as an amateur middle school or a junior school child. Make sense? So what exactly are run-ons and how do we fix them? सबसे पहले तो हमने ये समझना है कि रन ऑन दिखता कैसे है. This is what a run on sentence looks like. I reached the classroom late. The teacher had already started the lesson. Did you see, guys? Is there punctuation? Can you guys see? Can you guys spot any punctuation marks in the sentence except for the full stop? Okay. Do you guys see any conjunctions? Do you guys see any conjunctions? Do we all know what conjunctions are? Remember fanboys? Yes. Khadija, are you following, beta? Do you know what conjunctions are, Khadija? Okay, all right, good enough. So, we do not see any conjunctions, we do not see any punctuation. That's right. इसे कहते हैं हम run on. It's not connected and you're just putting thoughts together. You're trying to just squeeze in thoughts together without actually punctuating them. So in language, they will not make any sense. How exactly can we fix such a sentence that we call a run-on sentence? There are 4 ways. 4 ways. Some people might tell you of 3 ways. Some might tell you of 2 ways. But there are 4 ways that you can fix a run-on. 3 are mentioned here, but I will mention another 4th one for you guys as well. तो सबसे पहले तो हमने समझना है कि there are 4 different ways. Now, what's the first one? सबसे पहला जो होता है ना वो बिल्कुल सिंपल है, बहुत easy है. हम क्या करेंगे? अगर सेंटेंस बहुत लंबा हो गया है तो what we will do is we will just simply put a full stop and break the 2 sentences, turn them into 2 parts. Turn the sentence, one long sentence, into 2 shorter ones. Make sense? Because they are both complete thoughts. They're independent sentences. So, for example, I reached the classroom late, full stop. I will capitalize the the. The teacher had already started the lesson. Make sense? So, I have broken the big sentence into 2 small parts. That's one way of fixing a run-on. And you guys do that. So, that's one easy way. Alright? The second way is to put fanboys. Fanboys are also called coordinating conjunctions. We have gone through them. We understand that we call them coordinating conjunctions formally, right? Yes. We call them for and nor, but or yet and so, right? So, हमने क्या किया? We can ignore the Oxford comma. I reached the classroom late and the teacher had already started the lesson. Do we see that? I reached the classroom late and the teacher had already started the lesson. I decided to put in a fanboy conjunction. You see now? Does this sentence make better sense or this one? Which one makes better sense? The conjunction one or the first example that we saw? The second one, the conjunction one, right? Now, the third way is that we can change the sentence and turn it into a complex sentence. Alright? When I reached the classroom late, the teacher had already started the lesson. So, because I decided to put the when is a conjunction, right? When kaun sa conjunction hai bachcho? Who will tell me? Which category of conjunctions does when fall into? Who can tell me that? When किस category में fall करता है? Subordinating, that's right, Aisha, well done. So, did you all remember that? Hasnan, Zuna, Vania, Muhammad, Inaya, Muqaddas. Did we all remember this? Okay, that's good, that's good. So, when is a subordinating conjunction? Iski puri list is with you guys. Please go through it. Keep going through it. Keep revising it. Alright. So this is what we call a subordinating conjunction. And because our sentence starts with a conjunction, automatically we have put a comma in between to separate the 2 sentence parts. Good to go, guys? Understood yahan tak? Yahan tak kisi ka koi question hai? Anything that doesn't make sense? Did you understand the first 3 ways of how to fix a run-on sentence? Every one of you, I don't see all the thumbs ups. So it's either thumbs up, it's either thumbs down, but I want to see all of them, please. Come on, guys. Look at this. Are you following beta? Khadija is following Muhammad. Look at this. Are you there? Okay. Chalo, that's good then. Acha, ab what is the fourth way? The fourth way is one of the most unconventional methods because majority of you might not know of it. Let me just erase all of this so it's cleaner. Acha. Fourth way is easy, but it's unconventional. Not me. Aisha, do you know how we can fix it? What is the fourth way? Can you tell me? I've only learned 3. Okay, good enough. Can any one of you guess the fourth one? Can you tell me what might be the fourth way of fixing a run-on? Any idea? Anything that comes to mind? No? Chalo, let me tell you guys. Is this sentence zoomed in enough? You all can see it? देखो, अब मुझे पढ़ के समझ तो ये आ रहा है कि इस सेंटेंस के 2 पार्ट्स हैं. I reached the classroom late, एक ये part है, and the second part is the teacher had already started the lesson, right? So I will put a semicolon in between. Do you see the semicolon that I have put in? A semicolon does not work like a comma. It can be put in between 2 independent sentences to connect them together. Does that make sense, guys? Unconventional, but this works. This is one of the rules of fixing a run-on sentence. Do we follow? Do we all follow? अच्छा, एक चीज और मुझे बताएं. If I put a comma, is this correct? If I end up putting a comma, is this correct, बच्चों? If I end up putting a comma, is this correct or not? गलत है कि सही है? No. Vanya says no. What about the rest of you? Vanya, I would like to know your justification as well. No, the T has to be capital. अच्छा, ठीक है? But okay. Okay. No, okay. ठीक है? But I don't see the justification you guys are coming up with. Yes! Well done, Vanya. Well done. Good job. Good job. I'm proud of you. Well done. So, बच्चों, Vanya की बात पे focus करते हैं. Vanya has just told us that I see no conjunction in the sentence. Remember, you guys, put on your thinking caps again. I told you guys कि हम comma सिर्फ तब लगाते हैं जब sentence conjunction से शुरू होता है. That is the only time when we put a comma, generally speaking. Yes, comma के और भी rules हैं that we will go through, but generally speaking, comma तब लगता है जब sentence starts with a conjunction. In this case, इस पहले वाले sentence में, do you see any conjunctions anywhere for me to put the comma? Sentence के ये I जो है ये conjunction है? Is I the conjunction? Is it the conjunction, guys? ये connecting word तो नहीं है ना? I is not a connecting word. We will only put a comma when a conjunction is in place at the beginning. In this case, this comma is called a comma error, जिसको हम बहुत simple words में कहते हैं comma splice. What do we call it? A comma splice. So instead of the comma, I can actually put a semicolon. So what can I put? A semicolon to connect, to connect the 2 independent sentences together. But remember, guys, semicolon can only be put when the sentences are both independent in nature. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक सेंटेंस इंडिपेंडेंट है और दूसरा डिपेंडेंट है, तब हम कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस बनाते हैं. ओके, अब इधर तक डू वी अंडरस्टैंड? डू वी फॉलो? डू आई हैव अ थम्स अप और डू आई हैव अ थम्स डाउन? अब जस्ट टेल मी ऑनेस्टली, अगर नहीं समझ आया तो बता दो. वट एवर द केस इज, टेल मी. यस, आई कैन एब्सोल्युटली रिपीट. हसनैन, देखो, जब मेरा बेटा हसनैन, रिमेंबर दिस, जब हमारे दोनों सेंटेंस के पार्ट्स इंडिपेंडेंट होते हैं ना, जिसमें सब्जेक्ट भी है, वर्ब भी है, कंप्लीट थॉट बन रही है. आई रीच द क्लासरूम लेट, द टीचर हैड ऑलरेडी स्टार्टेड द लेसन, दोनों की थॉट है ना, दोनों की कंप्लीट थॉट है. ये इंडिपेंडेंट सेंटेंसेस हैं. उस केस में उन दोनों को ज्वाइन करने के लिए आई विल पुट अ सेमीकोलन. ये वन ऑफ द वेज है टू फिक्स अ रन ऑन. बट अगर मेरा एक सेंटेंस इंडिपेंडेंट है और एक सेंटेंस डिपेंडेंट है, then I will not put a semicolon, then I will put a comma according to the conjunction that has been placed at the beginning. क्योंकि वो सेंटेंस जो होगा वो कॉम्प्लेक्स होगा. दो इंडिपेंडेंट सेंटेंसेस मिला के कॉम्पाउंड सेंटेंस बनता है, but one independent and one dependent makes complex. If we want to fix a compound sentence, we without punctuation, अगर उसमें punctuation नहीं है, in that case we can put a semicolon. That is okay. But if we are fixing a complex sentence, then we need to put a comma, not a semicolon. आया समझ? Do you guys follow? I can still simplify it later for you guys अगर नहीं समझ आया, but before that I would expect you guys to work on this activity later on. Okay? पहले ये करना. If this does not make sense, come back at me and I will explain this to you again. Okay? Good to go बच्चों? Easy peasy? Comma with a conjunction in the beginning, yes. अगर conjunction बीच में आ रहा है, then no comma is needed. Okay? अच्छा. Next up, we have the third way in which sentences can sound awry to us, they can sound bogus to us, they can sound weak to us. We call this the comma splice. Now, the comma splice is something that I already explained to you guys, but let me show you the example. Do you guys see this? The road was empty, the shops were closed. अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ. Can I write this sentence like this? ये देखो लिखा हुआ है बिल के. Can I write it like this? Is this good enough? ये दो sentences बन सकते हैं ना? और ये दो sentences इसलिए बन सकते हैं because दोनों के दोनों अपने आप में independent हैं. इनको एक दूसरे की जरूरत नहीं है, right? दोनों की complete thought है. ऐसा ही है ना? They make complete sense. That is why they qualify as independent. तो इनमें हम फुल स्टॉप लगा के एक सेंटेंस को उसको दो बना सकते हैं, राइट? तो फिर ये जो कॉमा बीच में आ गया ना, ये बहुत बड़ा मसला है. Do you guys understand? ये जो कॉमा हम इंडिपेंडेंट के बीच में लगाते हैं, इसको हम कॉमा स्प्लाइस कहते हैं. Do you guys understand? और कॉमा स्प्लाइस को भी फिक्स करने के वो ही तीन तरीके हैं which I've just told you. चार तरीके हैं that I've just told you before. Number one, we can put a full stop, break up the one sentence into two parts, right? That's the first way. Number two, we can use a fanboys or a coordinating conjunction. Number three, we can turn the sentence into a complex sentence. And number four, we can put a semicolon, not a comma. Understood? यहां तक समझ आ गया? किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है? Because I genuinely want you guys to understand it fully well. Okay, when you start writing, you start understanding the way you make your sentences and how you can fix them. So do we follow completely? Every one of you. किसी को कुछ नहीं समझ आया तो ask me बेटा. Khadija, do we follow? Okay, Hasnain, can you please voice your concern मेरा बेटा? Chalo, that's good to know. I like the hearts and the bajas and everything. All right, I think that's a party popper. Okay, Ji Hasnain, what are you confused about, bete? Tell me. I would rather अब आप मुझे थोड़ा सा खुल के बताइए. What exactly is the issue? Can you repeat the four things, please? Okay, मेरा बेटा. चलो, मैं लिख देती हूँ. Number one, Good to go? Does this make sense now, Hasnan? You all can decide to take a screenshot or a picture, whatever works for you guys. हसन मुझे अभी भी खुल के बताओ, नहीं समझ आया? I can explain this to you a gazillion times, मगर समझ आना चाहिए एंड पे, क्योंकि अगर ये समझ में नहीं आएगा then you'll keep on making mistakes when it comes to your sentence structure. Does that make sense? तो अगर अभी भी नहीं समझ आया कोई भी चीज तो मुझसे पूछ लो, बेशक बाद में when you're revising at home you can ask me then. Okay, is that, do we have a deal? Can we do that? Okay, all right, good enough. चलें जी, let's move on to the activity. Abhi, you guys can see there's an activity to mend the comma splices. You guys have to do this. I will send this worksheet in the group. Okay, now number 2, second topic that needs to be fixed, the very idea of apostrophes, or we also call them apostrophes. Commonly हमने अपनी जिंदगी में सुना है कि apostrophe होता है, but the pronunciation can be apostrophes as well. But जी ये होते क्या हैं and why do we use them? An apostrophe or an apostrophe has 2 simple jobs. Literally सिर्फ 2 jobs हैं, nothing else. All right, अब क्या jobs हैं? सबसे पहले तो हमारे पास आ जाता है कि apostrophes are used for possession. So if I say Sana's books, to combine, मैं बताती हूँ जी, you're not wrong Aisha, but those words have a certain term to them, so I'll discuss that. अच्छा, by the way guys, remember that word we were trying to come up yesterday of the events and the performances and everything, and I told you that it's literally just there but I can't remember it. I remembered that word later on and I completely forgot to message in the group. It is called a routine. So in formal language, even in informal capacity as well, we can call it a dance routine, a drama routine. So some of you might have actually heard this word in different capacities. So if we could say, for example, I think वो किसका था dance competition वाला narrative that we were reading. So we could simply say that we had a dance routine to follow upon. So that was the synonym that was stuck. Yes, Vanya. So you guys can look up on it. But yes, routine is one of the words that we can use. Anyway, going back on track. अच्छा, अब मैंने लिखा है Sana's books. Why is it कि एक जगह मैंने इसको थोड़ा सा कलर चेंज करते हैं, इधर मैंने ये एक ओ इधर नजर ही नहीं आ रहा. I have put an apostrophe here, but I have not put one here. Why? ऐसा क्यों है? Who can tell me? Who can tell me why have I put an apostrophe on Sana's but not on books? मैं इसको थोड़ा सा क्लियर करके लिख देती हूँ. ओ अच्छा, चलो देखते हैं. Sana's. Wait. Sorry guys, my stylus goes crazy at times. Anyway, probably it's a noun, like 2 nouns together. No. बेटा, apostrophe की जो सबसे पहली job होती है ना, it is to define possession. Possession का मतलब क्या होता है? कि something belongs to someone, right? For example, Hasnain, what do you think is your most prized possession? What is the one thing that is very dear to you? Thing, not a person. Can you tell me? Your iPhone? Okay, good enough. So if I write down what am I telling? मैं हसनैन की पोजेशन बता रही हूं कि ये हसनैन की चीज है. मेक सेंस? फिजास टिश्यू बॉक्स, ये मेरा टिश्यू का डब्बा है, राइट? तो जिस बंदे की मैंने पोजेशन बतानी है ना कि ये उसकी चीज है, आई एम गोइंग टू पुट एन अपॉस्ट्रोफी विद एन एस. डज दैट मेक सेंस? इस बुक्स के साथ अपॉस्ट्रोफी इसलिए नहीं आया क्योंकि ये बुक का प्लूरल बुक्स है. सना की किताबें, किताब नहीं. Does that make sense? Sana's books. I could have simply written Sana's book. तो वो भी ठीक था. Yes. Simone's property. Make sense? Aisha's cat. Someone's house. ये वाला apostrophe possession बताता है कि ये चीज किसकी है. Do you guys follow? समझ आ रहा है यहाँ पे? All of you? Like, are you able to register it clearly? Yes, each one of you. इसमें भी exceptions हैं. I have chickens, not cat. So we can say Aisha's chickens. Wow, that's nice to know, Aisha. But yes, so it will be Aisha's chickens and not cats. Do we follow? अच्छा, अब इसमें exception क्या है? Let's suppose कि कोई हमारा जो noun है जिसका हमने possession बतानी है वो already plural में है. The students' books. स्टूडेंट्स की किताबें, एक स्टूडेंट की नहीं, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स की किताबें. सो स्टूडेंट्स इज ऑलरेडी अ प्लूरल ना. ये देखो, ये ऑलरेडी प्लूरल है. तो हम इसको इस तरह नहीं लिखेंगे STUDENTS और एक और S, इस तरह नहीं लिखना. ये गलत है. दिस इज रॉन्ग. हाउ डू वी राइट इट? अगर बहुत सारी चीजें हैं ना, जब हमारा नाउन इज प्लूरल, when the noun is plural, ये खास तौर पे एक्सेप्शन तब है जब नाउन प्लूरल होता है मेरा बेटा, तो फिर हम सिर्फ इस तरह से लिखते हैं. ऑलरेडी जो नाउन होता है उसके आगे हम एक छोटा सा अपॉस्ट्रोफ लगा देते हैं. Does that make sense? Do we understand? यहां तक समझ आया? नहीं आया. देखो, कोई भी प्लूरल नाउन जो होगा ना, let's suppose, very stupid example, but let's suppose if I say books library. Books is already plural ना, मगर मैं ये दिखाना चाहती हूँ कि ये लाइब्रेरी किताबों वाली है. लाइब्रेरी कैन बी ऑफ आर्काइव्स एज वेल. डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ लाइब्रेरीज होती हैं. DVD लाइब्रेरी होती थी पहले, some 20-30 years back. So ये किताबों वाली लाइब्रेरी है. I want to show the possession. Books is library. तो मैं क्या करूंगी, possession बताने के लिए मैं एक ये लगा दूंगी आगे, क्योंकि books is already plural. Books का singular is book, right? Do we understand? समझ आ रहा है? आयशा आई है? बाकी बच्चे बिल्कुल कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहा. जूना, हसनैन, वानिया, बच्चों कम ऑन, यू गाइस हैव टू टेल मी, वरना मुझे क्या पता कि यू गाइस आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट. इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वी आर ऑल ऑन द सेम पेज. ओके, सो डू वी अंडरस्टैंड नाउ? ये एक्सेप्शन सिर्फ तब फॉलो होता है जब हमारा नाउन इज प्लूरल ऑलरेडी. एक प्लूरल नाउन की हम पोजेशन बता रहे हैं. अगर नाउन सिंगुलर है और उसके एंड पे एस आता है, फिर भी अगर नहीं, पहला वाला नहीं, दूसरा वाला हसनैन. ओके, पहला वाला इज गलत, क्योंकि बुक्स का प्लूरल इज BOOKS. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? अच्छा, अगर हमारा नाउन इज सिंगुलर, अगर नाउन सिंगुलर है, प्लूरल है ही नहीं, फिर हम उसकी पोजेशन बता रहे हैं और उस नाउन के एंड पे एस आता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जेम्स नोटबुक. अब जेम्स एक नाम है, ऐसा ही है, और जेम्स के एंड पे एस भी आता है, तो उस सेंस में हम सिर्फ ये नहीं लगाएंगे. इन दैट केस वी विल पुट अनदर एस. ऑलराइट, एंड फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई विल से जेम्स इज कार. डू वी अंडरस्टैंड नाउ? डू वी अंडरस्टैंड द एक्सेप्शन रूल? नो, नॉट फॉर नेम्स, फॉर सिंगुलर नाउन्स. फॉर ऑल सिंगुलर नाउन्स ending in S, we will put another S with the apostrophe. But all nouns which are plural in nature, जिनके end पे S आ रहा है already, for them we will only put an apostrophe. All right? Do we understand? जी, do we all understand this rule? सबको समझ आ गया? Is there anyone in class who did not understand it? This was the first rule of apostrophes, to define possession. किसको नहीं समझ आया? Anyone who did not understand? I cannot see all the hands. Khadija, Muhammad, Muqaddas, Inaya. Every one of you understood it? ठीक है. All right. Now, I'm going to erase all of this and go back. चलें जी. अब आ जाते हैं हमारे पास missing letters. Sorry, we missed that first. अच्छा. Missing letters क्या होते हैं? In most simple terms or in most understood terms, we call it contractions. How many of you have heard about contractions? Okay, apostrophe thing is clear. Okay. How many of us know about contractions? Do we know what contractions are? Okay. Hasnan knows, Aisha knows, Zuna knows. Come on, I need yes or no's, guys. Come on. Muhammad doesn't, all right. Khadija doesn't, all right. Inaya doesn't, okay. अच्छा, contractions होती हैं to contract something. Contraction का simple मतलब है to contract. ठीक है? साथ जोड़ना. वो साइंस में शायद पढ़ा होगा कि I think summers में sorry, I was never a science student, guys, but help me out here. Summers में things contract या expand. कोई इस तरह से होता है ना रूल एक. I think winters में चीजें contract होती हैं, yes. Winters में they contract and summer में they expand, right? Yes, thank you very much, Zuna. तो जैसे हम ice freeze करते हैं, ice cubes बनाते हैं in an ice cube tray. तो पानी तो बड़ा fluid है ना, right? तो वो तो कहीं भी जा सकता है, like it can fall down as well, it can spill as well. But when we turn it into ice, it comes together into a solid form, right? It contracts. It turns into that ice cube. ऐसा ही है ना? All the molecules and the atoms come together. तो वो contract हो जाता है सारा कुछ. तो contract का simple मतलब है to come together, to join together, to be one. All right? Water contracts when it's boiled. अच्छा चलो अब मैं probably I'm going हाँ it evaporates when it's boiled ना हाँ खैर let's forget the science lesson. I'm clearly not an expert on it. So contraction का simple मतलब ये है just to come together. छोटी हो जाती है कोई चीज. हम words देखते हैं इंग्लिश में इस तरह के can, not, और फिर हम देखते हैं कि उसको हम इस तरह से भी लिख सकते हैं. लिख सकते हैं ना? Can we write it like this? Can we write cannot like can't? How many of you will give me a yes and how many of you will give me a no? Can we write cannot as can't? हाँ we can हसनैन, yes. तो हम cannot को can't लिख सकते हैं. अच्छा एक और बताइए. Can we write will not as won't? Can we write it like this? क्या हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं? Okay. Can I write I am as इस तरह से? I am. Do we all follow? सबको समझ आनी चाहिए. ये होते हैं बच्चों contractions. ये जो छोटी फॉर्म है ना वर्ड की, इसको हम contractions कहते हैं. जो expanded form है ना, cannot is the expanded form. Can't is the contracted form. Will not is the expanded form. Won't is the contracted form. Expanded form हम यूज करते हैं फॉर्मल राइटिंग में और contracted form हम यूज करते हैं इनफॉर्मल राइटिंग में. Do we understand? Do we understand? इनफॉर्मल राइटिंग में जरूरी है यूज करना कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस, वरना नंबर कटेंगे. फॉर्मल राइटिंग में जरूरी है कि कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस नहीं यूज करने, वरना अगेन नंबर कटेंगे. जी गाइस रजिस्टर. और इधर आता है हमारा अपॉस्ट्रोफी का सेकेंड रूल. ये जो छोटा सा हमने कॉमा लगाया है ना, ये कॉमा नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट अ कॉमा गाइस. दिस इज एन अपॉस्ट्रोफी or an apostrophe, yes, and descriptive, it's fine as well. Good to go. वो formal informal को जब हम करेंगे ना तो you'll understand it. अच्छा, समझ आया? Do we understand the second rule of apostrophe or apostrophes? Are we good to go? ये कॉमा नहीं होता, इसको कॉमा नहीं कहना. This is an apostrophe. It's used in contractions and it is used to show possessions. अब जिन बच्चों ने नो लिखा था उनको समझ आ गया कि कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस क्या होते हैं. इनाया, मुकद्दस, खदीजा, मोहम्मद, आप चारों को समझ आ गया कि कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस क्या होते हैं बच्चों? Do we understand? Easy peasy? Okay. So ये दो रूल्स हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस के. अब इसमें से एक और एक्सेप्शन रूल आता है जिसको हम कहते हैं इट्स वर्सेस इट्स. जब हम पोजेशन दिखाते हैं ना इट्स को लेके, इट्स हर कोट, ये उसका कोट है, ये पोजेशन है ना. बट इस पोजेशन में एक्सेप्शन आता है कि मैं ये अपोस्ट्रोफी नहीं लगाऊंगी. अगर आप इस पोजेशन में अपोस्ट्रोफी लगा देंगे ना इस तरह करके, तो ये जो इट्स का रूल है ना, ये इट इज होता है मेरा बेटा. दिस इज द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन इट इज, या फिर इट इज, या फिर इट हैज. सो फिर अगर आप इस तरह से लिखेंगे ना इट्स हर कोट इस तरह से, तो इसका मतलब है आप लिख रहे हैं इट इज हर कोट, विच विल बी फाइन, बट ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट पे डिपेंड करता है. या फिर इट हैज हर कोट. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? सो इट का रूल ये है कि जब हम इट्स को पोजेशन में बताते हैं ना, इट्स को जब हम पोजेशन में बताते हैं उसमें हम अपोस्ट्रोफी नहीं लगाते. इट्स पे अपोस्ट्रोफी तब आता है जब हम कॉन्ट्रैक्शन बता रहे होते हैं. समझ आ रहा है बच्चों? आई होप इट्स नॉट बिकमिंग टू मच. डू वी अंडरस्टैंड? जैसे देखो, लेट्स लुक एट द एग्जांपल्स. इट्स रेनिंग आउटसाइड. आप देख रहे हो? सो इट इज रेनिंग आउटसाइड. ये पोजेशन नहीं है कि मेरी बारिश, इट की बारिश, ऐसा नहीं है. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड? ये कॉन्ट्रैक्शन